Alright, so I'm gonna have a new series. I'm gonna label it Adventures of Josh. So we just had a lady, I'm at the bank here. Just had a lady come down the wrong way. That is clearly in big letters and an arrow saying one way. Come the other way. Try to squeeze by me. I moved thinking she's trying to park back here. So I moved. No, she's trying to go around. The other side of the drive-thru is literally one lane that's going the same direction I'm going. So she proceeds to back up and take 20 minutes to back up past me again. And then she backed up through the caution tape that they have put up there while we're all sitting here watching this, because it was kind of amusing. I can't move anywhere, they can't move anywhere, and there were signs. This is one way, it has a big arrow. So why would you keep moving forward if you're going backwards? Just don't understand people. Those are the type of people that should stay off the road. Alright guys, today we are going to hopefully get the intake manifold on the F-350. And take you with me. We've been trying to get this intake manifold on for a while. We had to wait for the little underpan that goes under the intake manifold, because the intake manifold strictly says don't use your standard aftermarket gasket set with it. Don't know why. Just trying to actually follow the directions on this one, and I just thought it was weird. But the underpan was back ordered for about a month. It finally came in. I kind of loosely put everything together just so I can get the metal to slowly hopefully form. I did accidentally RTV everything, so I've got to scrape all that off and redo that part. But other than that, I mean, pretty much just take off what I already have on there with the 2 bolts holding it on, and then I put the actual rubber end pieces on it. Then we will hopefully be good to go as far as that side. Next, got to move on to the exhaust. But it looks like it may rain today, so I might not be able to get that done today, but we'll see. Got some RTV here. Had the RTV that came with it, but I pretty much used all of it on accident. And I got the ARP intake bolt kit. I got it in stainless because that's all they had. Got a tarp, just kind of keep as much water as I can out of there. Like I said, I started to loosely put all this together, but I realized there's a gap in between the intake manifold and the actual block without those rubber pieces, so pretty much just stopped what I was doing until I could get some actual. I'm sure I'm about to get a bunch of stuff in that valley there, but not too worried about it. Still gotta change the oil once I get everything out. Let me see if I can just get it all at the same time. Miss about working on trucks is you can pretty much just sit in the engine bay and work on it. That's what it looks like. We're still good. I didn't compress it enough to compress these rings, so I'm just gonna rip off what we have here. Yeah, it looks like I might need to redo everything now that it's off, and I know it's not been compressed. That'd be more than fine. I put a thin layer of RTV underneath those to kind of just hold them down. Realistically, I'll probably just apply it with my finger. I got a little bird over there. And I gotta put some in the corners as well once we get these down there. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this because it's kind of barely enough for me to see. Just kind of putting the thin layer and smearing it out. Just kind of give it a tacky surface for the actual seal to hopefully grip to. Then I'll put some beads in the corners. I'll do a little bead underneath and a bigger bead on top, just to make sure it seals. One that sucks about this truck is it's tall. Put that in the corner there. Alright, so that's there. Alright, so wipe that off the finger. Alright, so here we're just gonna put it back on there. And luckily it's got little holes that can go in. Just gonna push it down a little bit. Do the same thing to the back side. You want to make sure you use the black silicone because it's oil and fuel resistant compared to like a high temp that's usually meant for like coolant and water. Because we will be definitely getting some oil around this area. That's why you gotta make sure you seal it off a little bit. And that's not how you want to spread it out. This is just to hopefully prevent any leaks around this oil valley. Man, it's gonna be a work truck. Don't particularly care if it has oil leaks, but if I can prevent as much of it as I can, means less maintenance on the other side. Alright, so now we can put that other one in there. I'm hoping y'all can actually see all this, because I don't have my app open that shows me the camera footage. Avoid my white legs. Turn it over. Oh, missed off. There we go. Just kind of pat it down. Alright, this is, we can go ahead and put a bigger bead on this top side. Doesn't have to be huge, prefer not a whole lot. We're just trying to fill the space on both sides of that seal. So you don't want enough to where it's gonna possibly be in the engine bay. At the same time, you don't want not enough to where it doesn't actually seal the surface. Lead method here. Alright, so I got it. I ended up having to put two little nuts in between it. And I still was short 2 bolts straight from the kit. Now I just gotta look up the torque spec, get everything torqued up, try to get the old plugs taken out of the old intake manifold. But other than that, I mean, she's pretty much good to go other than getting it torqued. I may have already accidentally over torqued it, I don't know. But I'm gonna go look up those specs and I'll be right back. I guess. (21 to 25) on the smaller bolts, 28 to 33 on the biggers, 25 and 33. Ended up having a 10mm and a 1/2 inch because who would? I don't have a 3-inch torque wrench, so I just kind of got it as tight as I could with this. Not as tight as I could, but reasonably tight with this. The next step is just a trowel fitment. Originally, it came with a little 2-barrel carburetor, so I was wanting to kind of make this into a work truck. So I'm going to use this old 4-barrel carb that I have here. I'm going to clean it off first. I'm just going to make sure everything fits correctly. Not using my quick fuel because that comes off the racing engine. I'm just going to sit it on there, see how it fits. Still got to get the studs and stuff for the intake manifold. But this carb should be pretty universal. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'll try to blow this off the best I can. I might have to spray it off with something, but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get it put on. Alright, so here's the new gasket. Just noticed something really hilarious about it. Came with studs to go in the intake. It didn't come with nuts. So I'm gonna see if we have any, but I don't think I do. And if I don't, unfortunately, that would mean I am done for today. But I'll see if I have any. Alright, so I like to kind of go ahead and bottom out by hand first. And then I'll take some pliers, try to get down there a little further. Go and get them all started. I try to grip as low as I can. That way I can hit that collar. Doesn't have to be perfect. It operated fine. I just got some dust on it. Yeah, and this stuff isn't spraying out like I thought it'd be. And there's that. Now see about those nuts. Nope. One. Alright, so those will work. I'm not going to tighten them down right now, just for the fact of I'm just kind of getting everything put together for now. But that's kind of got me at a stopping point for today. I'm going to get that air filter probably put on there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This is what your wives have to look forward to if you're a car guy, just random car parts. But that carb is going on that engine over there. Most of you have already followed along with that build. I ended up having to take it apart, put a new crankshaft in it, and we're kind of set a hold because it's going to go in a different vehicle now. I did end up putting the bigger cam back in that, so hopefully with the stall converter that I have and everything else, everything will kind of go perfectly. Because you can call huge transmissions, all that stuff to so kind of stall you need. And for the can that I was running, it's like they called for a 2500 stall, so that's what I've got ready to go. Come on now. Alright, so like I said, we're just going to put all this stuff together loosely, just so I can keep stuff out of the engine. I'll move this nut up a little bit because that thread's like way down in there. Alright, so it's bottomed out. I'll need a longer stud anyways. That's pretty much it for the day. It's like I don't have a whole lot of days off, so everything finished. Other than that, I mean, I got headers I've got to put on it still, and then get everything else put together. So I'm kind of resetting the carb while I'm sitting here talking. So half, 1.5. Alright, yeah, stay tuned.